Yo guys, what is good and what's going on, everybody? Your boy BLST back at it again for another Philadelphia 76ers live play-by-play. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here for another one. As tonight, we have a matchup in this one tonight between two Eastern Conference rivals. As your Philadelphia 76ers currently on a 5-game winning streak at the moment, looking to make it a 6-game winning streak on their home floor, take on the Detroit Pistons, who have had a rough go at their season at a record of 8-25. But the Philadelphia 76ers continue to look at increasing their run at trying to continue to be one of the best Eastern Conference teams and look to get back up in the playoff hunt, catching up to teams like the Celtics, the Bucks, etc. down the line. But with this one tonight would definitely help out the Sixers as well as Friday's matchup against the Los Angeles Clippers. So, let's worry about this one tonight and then worry about the next one on Friday. We appreciate everybody for coming through and tuning in already. If y'all have not done so, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And then we'll share the stream so we can bring more viewers up in the chat. You guys know how it rolls as always. So let's get this one started. Music producer! That music's great! Let's go to good feet! Thank you. All right, let's roll to the chat before we get started. I know we do have some comments to get to, so let's roll through these real quick. Amy Carson, what's going on? Appreciate you for coming through. Emmy in the first one up in the chat. Appreciate you for coming through. Amy Carson, hit that like button if you have not done so. Sorry, I haven't been here in a long time. It's all right, Amy Carson. It's all right. Important things come first, and then coming over to live streams like mine for Sixers games, so it's all right, Amy Carson. It's all good, It happens a lot. Messi won. Let's go. Yeah, I know. Messi won. He was able to beat out France and Mbappe. I believe that is their star player. But Messi is definitely one of, if not the greatest of all time, to say the least at the end of the day. So, yeah, Messi wins in what is pretty much his final World Cup. Who's better, Messi or Ronaldo? Dude, Messi's the greatest of all time. Ronaldo was literally benched. I haven't watched a lot of soccer, but Messi's the GOAT. Messi's the GOAT. I know people that don't like Messi, and I know some people that, hate on Messi. They don't like him. They always root for whoever is against him all the time, and Argentina in particular. But, at the end of the day, you have to give the kid props. He is the greatest of all time when it comes to the sport of soccer, and in particular, as a matter of fact, the World Cup at the end of the day. Yeah, it's a fact. You already know. But, yeah, guys, we're here for another Sixers game. Furkan Korkmaz returns to the court tonight. Furkan Korkmaz returns to the court for the Sixers for off-the-bench reasons, just to play as a role player. So hopefully he has a solid game tonight for off-the-bench reasons when we need him to come on. Just looking for a good game from everyone all around. So we'll see what happens tonight. Yeah, I do. I actually downloaded the FIFA World Cup game. I downloaded that game, and for my FIFA World Cup lineup, or you could consider a soccer ultimate team, I had Christian Pulisic as one of my players. I replaced him because there was someone as a higher overall in that game. So now I know who Christian Pulisic is. I didn't realize he was from PA, but that's good to know. But yeah, let's hope that the Sixers can pull this one out and make it 6 straight wins. That might have been one of the hottest teams in the Eastern Conference as of late, so Sixers look to continue that tonight, and I think there's a pretty good chance. Obviously, no Cade Cunningham. He will be dearly missed for the Detroit Pistons, so hopefully everything's all right with Cade. Hope for a speedy recovery. Obviously, we do know he is out for the season, so hope for a speedy recovery for that man. Hopefully he'll at some point get another shot. another year with Detroit, and hopefully he doesn't get injured again because I really want to see Cade really in action for like a whole season. Because, it's just unfortunate when you see those players, any players from any team by any means guaranteed. Even if it's a rival that you hate or a team you like, it's just unfortunate that some of those star players, that some of those other players, especially those star players for other teams, when they go down, anyone going down in particular, it's just unfortunate for that person. Obviously, we know Maxey went down, but, that's our own team. That's our own team. Let's make that very clear. But it's still unfortunate to see any of these athletes go down after all the hard work that they put in and all the good stuff that they do for this organization, any organization in particular. So hopefully Cade Cunningham returns to the court, and hopefully he honestly returns in a big way. It's all right, Amy. It's all right. It's all good. Take care of the important things, Try and be back for another game. Hey, it's all good, Amy. Next one's on Friday. I'll be able to stream that game on Friday, so be sure to come through for Friday's stream. And I went ahead and hit up someone that I might be trying to bring on for one of these future streams. I don't know if he's going to want to do it with me or not. I hit him up earlier, though, so I'll see if he responds. And if he wants to do the game with me on Friday, then I'll see what happens. But I'm hoping to get someone else on here with me just to give their thoughts and, have them give their take on how they feel about the team so far, get to know them a little bit, etc. down the line. I'll be there. I appreciate you, Amy. I appreciate that. You'll find out if he comes on. If he comes on, you'll find out. I'll see what he says over the next few days. In particular, pretty much today and tomorrow. But I'll see what he has to say if he wants to do it with me or not, because he's been doing play-by-plays on his own channel. And, I want to kind of get his insight, his input on how he feels about the Sixers this season. And that way you guys get to know him a little bit if he does decide that he wants to do it with me on my channel. So I'll see what he says over the next 24, pretty much over the next 24 hours. Yeah. Hopefully you can do it with me so that way you can get to know him a little bit. But yeah, guys, on that note, Sixers game should hopefully begin here in just a few moments. So in the meantime, before the game begins, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and drop your score prediction down below in the chat. And let me know what you guys think is going to be the final score of tonight's game. Take care, Amy. Appreciate you for coming through. Guys, appreciate the 7 people, man. Everyone start hitting that like button and subscribe to the channel if you guys have not done so. Johnson Daily Sports, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through. So I'm a Pistons fan. We're about to get smoked, though. It'd be my favorite big man in the league. Hey, appreciate you for coming through me and respecting, one of our players. But, appreciate you for, being an honest person and giving your honest take at the end of the day. But, appreciate you for coming through, man. And, hit that like button if you have not done so, my guy. And also, if you have not done so, subscribe to the channel as well. 120 to 101. I mean, I can see that, to be honest. I mean, Cade Cunningham's going to be dearly missed. Do not get me wrong. He's going to be missed dearly for your team. But your team definitely still has a lot of young talent and definitely has a lot of potential in the near future. It all just comes down to the health of all your players. And depending on who y'all have on your team, at the end of the day, I mean, I know your best player on the team is Bojan Bogdanovic, but is he going to be enough and are players going to help him out? We're going to find out tonight. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I did get the notification if that was you. But yeah, guys, let's hope we can come out here and we can win this game tonight. Let's get it done, man. Let's get the job done. During Ivy Hayes. Yeah, you guys do have a lot of young talent. You guys do have a lot of young talent around Bojan Bogdanovic, especially for tonight's game. And in the future when he comes back, Cade Cunningham as well. You guys definitely do have a lot of young talent, and you definitely do have a bright future. A lot of these teams that are struggling right now, they have a bright future by any means. So definitely do not underestimate these teams as they get into the near future of these players, young players' NBA careers. Definitely do not underestimate these guys because they have a lot of potential. They just need time to figure everything out. Cade Cunningham, for instance, I mean, in his rookie year, I do believe he came out and averaged like 17 points a game. I mean, that man would have won Rookie of the Year if he would have stood healthy. If he would have stayed healthy, he would have won Rookie of the Year because he would have kept on producing and he would have continued to play his game and he would have just kept doing his thing at the end of the day. So when it all comes down to it, the Pistons definitely have a bright future with the whole team around them. So, you know, you guys definitely do have a bright future, but I like the Sixers' chances of taking this one home. MC, what's going on? Appreciate you for coming through. So let's go Sixers. You already know what it is. Hit that like button if you have not done so already. But yeah, guys, hopefully this game should be starting soon. Appreciate everybody for coming through and tuning in already. Under 20 minutes in. Appreciate you guys. Justice Daily Sports says facts, and this year Cunningham was averaging 20.6 rebounds, 6 assists. See what I mean? You guys have a bright future ahead of you with players like Cunningham, Bogdanovic, Hayes, Jaden Ivey, Duran. You guys have a bright future. You just need time to figure it out, and your team just needs to stay healthy. From that point on, if you guys can do that, then you guys are fine for your future. It's just about healthier players, and it just comes down to execution. You guys have a bright future ahead of you. Don't get me wrong. And I give credit where credit's due. The Pistons definitely do have a bright future with the young roster that they do have around them. It's just going to take time for them to figure things out. Especially around players like Cade Cunningham and Bojan Bogdanovic, who they brought in as a veteran. Hopefully build around this young squad and, try to figure things out. John Steele Sports says appreciate. Yeah, I give my honest opinion about the opposing team. I know you guys have a bright future ahead of you. I know you guys have a bright future. Based on the team that you have around them and the talent that they have been able to produce. They've definitely showed that definitely have potential in a couple of years to be one of the best teams in the league. Harden's still that guy. Yeah, I mean, when Harden's on point, he's that guy all the time. The thing is, when he's aging, he'll start to regress the older that he gets, like all players will. But at the end of the day, Harden's still able to go out there, and he's still able to do his job because that's what James Harden's here for. We brought him here to be a second or third option to Joel Embiid. Embiid's obviously been our first option, but ever since Maxey got hurt in the one game, it's been James Harden as the second. It's been James Harden as the second option, and then Tobias Harris was climbed up here and there, so he's pretty much been the third option. But it kind of flip flops between those two depending on who's on and who's off in terms of having an on or off type of game. As the starting lineups come in here for both teams, the starting line for the Detroit Pistons is Jaden Ivey, Killian Hayes, Bojan Bogdanovic, Isaiah Stewart, and Jalen Duren. And for the Philadelphia 76ers is James Harden at the 1, Anthony Melton at the 2, Tobias Harris at the 3, PJ Tucker at the 4, and Joel Embiid at the 5. And those are your starting lines for both teams in this matchup here in the Wells Fargo Center. So this game should get underway here in just a few moments as players will approach the court, and we should have this tip-off start and ready to go, and we should have this one underway. See everyone showing sportsmanship before everything gets started. What to watch for in this game, pretty much from the Sixers, since this is on NBC Sports Philadelphia, is to be physical and defend with discipline. Guys, if you want to find this game, you can watch it on NBC Sports Philadelphia. And if you guys do not have that as an option to yourselves, you can also find the game on NBA League Pass, Bailey Sports Detroit, or Bailey Sports Indiana if that is in your area. So this game is about to get underway. Here you see James Harden on your screen getting to warm up. Everyone's ready to go. Duren versus Embiid in the tip. Should have this one underway here very soon. You see all the players on your screen right now. Tip should be underway here between the Pistons and the Sixers. And we are officially underway here in Philadelphia as Joel Embiid wins the tip, and here we go. James Harden receives the ball from Joel Embiid on the tip, gets it over to Tobias Harris. Harris going inside, matching up on Bojan Bogdanovic, kicks out to Tucker, gets it over to Harden. Harden dancing, matching up with Isaiah Stewart. Harden going step back three early, and it's no good, but Melton gets a rebound and gets blocked early on by, I do believe, by Duren, and that'll be his first foul early here for the Detroit Pistons, and DeAnthony Melton will already head to the line for 2 free throws. DeAnthony Melton this season, pretty much ever since taking over for Tyrese Maxey, has been averaging up just about 12 points a game. First one for DeAnthony Melton at the line is good, so he gets the Sixers on the board here early to begin this game for them on their end. And he'll be ready to shoot the second one here to look to give the Sixers a 2-0 lead. Only 23 seconds in, and DeAnthony Melton makes both free throws at the line, and the Sixers are out to a 2-0 lead. Killian Hayes taking the ball down the floor, gets it over to Isaiah Stewart. Stewart gets this over to Jaden Ivey, gets it over to Bogdanovic, over to Duren, and it goes out of bounds, and it will be Pistons ball still, as it will go off the hands of P.J. Tucker. Not the hands, just off the body of P.J. Tucker in particular. I don't know where on his body, but the inbound is in here for the Pistons. This is delivered to Bojan Bogdanovic, who gets it over to Duren, over to Jaden Ivey for 3, and that's good for Jaden Ivey from the wing, and that'll put the Detroit Pistons up 3-2 over the Philadelphia 76ers. James Harden with the ball, gets over to Tobias Harris. Harris gets it back over to Harden, matching up with Bojan Bogdanovic, who lobs over for Embiid. B matching up with Stewart, and then B hits off the side of the backboard. Tucker tries to put it back and cannot do so. And it will stay Sixers ball according to the officials. Apparently Jaden Ivey wants that to be Pistons basketball, but the officials completely disagree, as they're going to say it is Sixers ball. Here we go. James Harden with the ball, gets over to Embiid. Embiid coming inside, and Embiid putting it up for 2, and it's good for Joel Embiid at the rack. Joel Embiid trying to put things together here for the Sixers and looking to be the #1 scorer in this game on Philly's side. Killian Hayes going step back 2, and it's good for Killian Hayes as he goes on a step back 2-pointer. And apparently they're going to call James Harden for a travel as he was dribbling the ball. So already they're going the other way with it. Pistons up 5-4 on the Sixers right now. Bogdanovic to go ahead and do the inbound, as he will inbound this here. Bogdanovic putting up a 2-pointer, and that is good for Bojan Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic able to give the Pistons a 3-point lead, 7-4. DeAnthony Melton with the ball, gets it over to Joel Embiid. Embiid matching up with Isaiah Stewart. Embiid gets it over to James Harden, barely. Harden matching up with Killian Hayes. Harden saying, get out of my way. Harden looking and dancing, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid matching up with Hayes still. Embiid taking the double team. Does not get it, but it's rebounded by Tucker. Gets it out to Harris, over to Harden. Harden at the top of the key. Harden looking, coming inside. Harden kicks it out to Embiid. Embiid coming inside. Embiid wanting to put up a 2, and that's going to be airballed. I think someone deflected it, and it's going to be going the other way as the Pistons are able to scoop up the rebound. Stewart puts one up for 2. It comes up short, but he will be fouled and will head to the free throw line. It'll be foul called against DeAnthony Melton. Come on, Sixers. Let's play more aggressive now. Come on. First one at the line is good for Jaden Ivey. One, I believe, in the top 5 of this year's NBA draft to the Detroit Pistons. Went the 5th overall pick, I do believe. Second one at the line is also good for Jaden Ivey. And the Pistons out to a quick 9-4 lead on the Sixers. Sixers, it's time to step it up, man. Let's go. Harden will deliver this over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton coming inside, drops it down to Tobias Harris for 3, and it's good for Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris has been a valuable piece as of late the last few games. And hopefully will continue to show here tonight. As Killian Hayes has the ball, he comes inside, puts it over Embiid, and he cannot get it to go as it's rebounded by the Sixers. Melton gets the rebound and kicks out to Harris. Harris gets it back to Melton as he goes sideways out of bounds, gets over to Embiid, over to Harris again. Harris laying it up for 2, and it's good for Tobias Harris. And immediately, just like that, the game is back to being tied. Killian Hayes gets it over to Jaden Ivey. Ivey putting up a 2-point shot, and it is good for Jaden Ivey. Definitely going to have a bright future as well in his career. As Melton will get this over to Tucker. Tucker in the corner for 3, and that's going to be off target, rebounded by Bojan Bogdanovic for the Detroit Pistons. Tucker had an opportunity to give the Sixers the lead. Bogdanovic bringing it down the other end, laying this up for 2, and he will be fouled. I think it's going to be a foul against Tobias Harris, and it will. .8:34 left, and Bogdanovic to the free throw line for 2. First one for Bogdanovic at the line is good. So now it's a 12-9 Pistons lead here with 8:34 left to go in the first quarter. And the Sixers off to sort of a rough start here early on. Bogdanovic will take the second one at the line, and he will miss the second. So he will go 1 for 2 on that trip from the line. And the Sixers will pick up the rebound as Harden gets it over to Embiid. Embiid fakes it, gets it over to Melton now, out to Harris in the corner. Harris in the corner for 3, and it's good for Tobias Harris. And you best believe he's already got 8 points in this game. 8 out of the 12 for the Sixers have come from number 12. Ivey gets it over to Isaiah Stewart, and we're going the other way. Offensive foul on the Pistons. Three for 3, 2 for 2 from three-point range as the inbound is in for the Sixers. Melton gets over to Embiid, back to Melton. Melton taking a 3-point shot, and that's going to come up short and goes off to the side and is rebounded by the Pistons again. Bogdanovic bringing this one inside, kicks it out. Stewart bringing it inside. Stewart tries to get it to Duren, and that's going to go out of bounds, and we're going the other way with it. Miscommunicated by the Pistons immediately, and it will remain a tie ball game at 12 points apiece. 7:50 left to go here in the first quarter. James Harden with the ball messed up with Bogdanovic. Harden coming inside. Harden puts up a 2, and it's good for James Harden. The Beard gets on the board here for Philly and puts up a huge advantage over Bogdanovic and is able to give the Sixers the lead. And the Sixers are on a 10-3 run in the last 2 minutes. Killian Hayes gets it over to Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic putting up a 2. It's no good, but he will be fouled and will head to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. This will be the second on Tobias Harris tonight. 2 fouls on Tobias Harris tonight and 2 fouls coming early. And Niang is about to look like he's going to sub in as Tobias Harris is going to go out. But Tobias Harris off to a good start on the shooting side of things. But Niang to go ahead and get some playing time here early on while Tobias Harris is sitting on 2 quick fouls here in the first. And today they give the ball to Bojan Bogdanovic so he can shoot the 2 free throws. And finally the official will give it to him. First one for Bogdanovic at the line is good. So it's a 1-point ball game now with that free throw made by Bojan Bogdanovic. As you see Tobias Harris talking with Tyrese Maxey. It's looking like it's going to be another 1.5 to 2 weeks until Tyrese Maxey will make his return to the court. So he will miss that Christmas game on Sunday at 12 against the New York Knicks for sure, which that was the one I was really looking forward to him playing in. As both free throws are good at the line. And B gets it over to Tucker, over to Harden. Harden taking a 3 from the wing. And that's going to be off target and is rebounded by the Pistons. Jaden Ivey with the ball. Ivey getting double teamed. Now it's Harden guarding him. Gets it over to Bogdanovich, matching up with Tucker. Bogdanovich gets it over to Isaiah Stewart. Tries to get it over to Jalen Duren, and it's not going to be close as we're going the other way, as that will go over his head and it'll go out of bounds. Sixers ball. And the timeout is called by the Sixers to talk things over with just under 7 minutes left here in the first quarter, as this game is tied up at 14 points apiece. But yeah, guys, Tobias Harris with a good start with 8 points on the night, but the problem is the foul trouble that he's in right now with 2 quick fouls early on. I mean, we're going to probably need Tobias maybe the whole way in this game, so it is best to have Doc Rivers go ahead and take him out now and save him for a later time, probably somewhere in the second quarter. Because I doubt Tobias Harris comes back in the first with him sitting on 2 fouls right now. I completely doubt it. But we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully, the Sixers can still find a way to regain the lead here against this Pistons team. This is a young Pistons team without Cade Cunningham tonight. And also without Isaiah Livers as well, but Cade Cunningham's the main guy that this team is missing. But yeah, guys, it's a solid start for the Sixers early on. Defense needs to start being played a little bit, and then shots need to start being made by other shooters besides Tobias Harris while he's on the bench right now. I mean, Embiid, he's kind of off to a slow start in this one. Has just 2 points right now in just 5 minutes of play. He should just have a slight amount more. He just should have a slight amount of points more than what he has right now of 2. So I need Embiid to start stepping up a little bit. I need Harden to make his shots. Same with Anthony Melton. I need Tucker to get things going from the corner or wherever he's going to shoot. And, we just need to help out Tobias, man. We just need to help out Tobias Harris. They're showing like film from the game on Monday with PJ Tucker and Tobias Harris. They're showing some pretty good film, which is the good times play. That was from Monday. Guys, appreciate the 5 people in the chat, man. Guys, so the 5 people, share this out. Let's bring more people in the chat, man. Let's go. PJ Tucker played 39 minutes on Monday with just 5 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Looks like something's up with PJ Tucker. Must have been bleeding somewhere. I don't know what's going on with him. Looks like still we're going to be running George Niang with the starting 5. I'm going to continue to do that. Trying to get the confirmation that they're ready to go, and Tucker is set to get back on the court, and here we go. Back to the game. James Harden bringing the ball down the floor, spins around Killian Hayes. Harden dancing. Harden gets it down to Melton. Melton over to Tucker. Tucker matching up with Bogdanovich. Gets it over to Embiid. Embiid gets it over to Melton. Melton gets it over to Harden. Harden has to dance. Harden going step back 3 from the wing, and that's good for James Harden. There we go. There we go. Let's figure out our rhythm, boys. Let's figure out our rhythm here. Let's go. Under 6.5 minutes left here in the first. Killian Hayes with the ball. And then apparently an offensive foul called here against the Pistons. I couldn't tell if it was on Killian Hayes or Bogdanovich, but either way, it's going to be Sixers ball as we're going the other way here with 6:22 left. And looks like it was an offensive foul against Bogdanovich, because they're showing Bogdanovich for quite a long period of time. Marvin Bagley checked into the game. Jalen Duren to go out for the Pistons. Here's James Harden with the ball. Harden gets it down to Embiid. Embiid matching up with Bagley, gets it out to Melton. Melton gets it back to Embiid. Embiid spinning. Embiid putting up a 2. It's no good, but he will be fouled and he'll head to the free throw line. Foul called here early against Marvin Bagley III. Give him Marvin Bagley an early foul. Take him out of the competition here. Why is Doc Rivers standing on the court? Get off the court, Doc. Doc, get off the court. First one for Embiid at the line is good. Like, Doc, get your feet off the court, dude. Second one for Embiid at the line is good as well. So both free throws are good at the line. Both free throws are good at the line here for Joel Embiid, as the Sixers will now be up to a 5-point lead here, 19-14 with 6 minutes left. Killian Hayes coming inside. Hayes kicks it out to, I do believe this is Ivy, gets it over to Hayes. Hayes puts up a 3, and that will be airballed, and we're going the other way with it. Great defense by the Sixers. Sixers are trying to mean business here in this game. Harden being guarded here by Isaiah Stewart, gets it over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton gets it over to Embiid, and Embiid with the one-handed jackhammer, but he's called for the travel. And Embiid, unfortunately, was called for the travel. I was about to get excited that Embiid just threw down a one-handed jackhammer, but apparently he traveled, according to the officials, and I will unfortunately have to agree with the call. As Hayes gets it over to Bagley for 2, it's no good, but Stewart gets the rebound, but not the second time as he misses the shot. And the Sixers are able to pick this up. James Harden will dance. He'll come inside, kick it out to Embiid. Embiid guarded by Isaiah Stewart. Embiid kicks it over to Niang. Niang at the wing for 3, and it's good for the minivan. George Niang giving the Sixers an 8-point lead here with 4:50 left to go in the first. Ivy with the ball, and a timeout is called, I do believe, by the Pistons, and yes, it is. So now the Sixers are increasing their run here out to an 8-0 run as they are up 22-14 over the Detroit Pistons with 4:50 left to go here in the first quarter, and a timeout called by Detroit. But yeah, guys, that's definitely much better looking for the Sixers. That's definitely more promising than what we saw in the beginning. That's definitely much better. That's much better early on. That's definitely much better early on. Sixers working on a NATO run right now. We're going to see what happens throughout this game, see how long the Sixers can take advantage of this for in this game. This is a game the Sixers should win, but at the same time, it could be a trap game if the Sixers do overlook this team. But yeah, guys, hopefully the Sixers can keep this up. We should see some playing time from Montrezl Harrell. Hopefully we see some time from Paul Reed. Like I said before, Furkan Korkmaz will be back in the line. Will be back off the bench, so we should see some production from him tonight, hopefully. Hopefully we see some points from him. Hopefully we see some bench scoring, some more bench scoring. As I know, we already do have Niang with 3. I'm surprised that the Pistons didn't go ahead and start Alec Burks, but You already know what's going to happen because Alec Burks is a former Sixer, ladies and gentlemen. You know what's going to happen. Once that man steps in the game, he's going to drop like 20, 25 points on us because apparently we don't know how to stop former Sixers all the time. So what else is new? So we're just going to see how the rest of the game goes. And by the time Alec Burks gets into this game, which it could be right now, I mean, this game might be a lot closer than what people think. In the month of December, Tobias Harris has been shooting the ball 59% from three, and overall, Tobias Harris has shot the ball 42% from three-point range all season. Montrezl Harrell's checked in the game for the Sixers, so we're running Harrell and Niang with the starting five of Melton, Tucker, and Niang as that shot goes in from the wing here. And stepping into the game, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that was Alec Burks, the former Sixer, as the Sixers put up a shot and it's no good. And yes, Alec Burks, ladies and gentlemen, he has officially arrived and has officially gotten on the board. Bojan Bogdanovic with the ball, guarded by James Harden. Bogdanovic gets it over to Burks. He's trying to get it over to Bagley, but a foul is called against P.J. Tucker between him and DeAnthony Melton. It looks like someone got a piece of Melton's shoulder as Melton's grabbing it. Hopefully Melton's in no severe pain or anything. Alec Burks to go to the line for two. Watch Alec Burks go ahead and drop just like a 30 bomb or something. I mean, he's averaged 13.6 points a game this season. First one is good at the line for Alec Burks to make this a 4-point deficit for Detroit. You know, Alec Burks will be dearly missed for this team. That's for sure. This was a guy I wouldn't have minded bringing back, but now that he went to the Pistons, it's like it's probably not going to happen now. So the second one is good at the line for Alec Burks to make it a 3-point game. So now it's a 3-point game, 22-19, Sixers still lead. Harden with the ball, looking for his options. Harden matching it with Bagley, comes around the screen. Harden drops it down for Montrezl Harrell over to Thibault. Thibault will lose it, and it will be Pistons basketball. Here we go. Here's Jaden Ivey. Gets it over to Bojan Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic matching up with Niang. Comes around the screen. Bogdanovic coming inside. Gets it over to Ivey, putting up a two. It's no good, and the Sixers are able to get the rebound. But a loose ball foul, however, called against George Niang. Sadiq Bey is also checked into the game for the Detroit Pistons. You will see him in between George Niang and James Harden at the free throw line. And Marvin Bagley will go ahead and shoot 2 free throws to make this potentially make this a 1-point game here in Philadelphia. As of right now, the Pistons are down by 3. First one for Bagley at the line is good. Shake Milton will check in here for DeAnthony Melton. It looks like we're running James Harden with the second unit of Shake Milton, Matisse Thybulle, George Niang, and Montrezl Harrell. Second one good at the line for Marvin Bagley. As now it is a 1-point game, 22-21. Pistons on a 7-0 run. In the last minute and 10 seconds, Harden looking, drops it down from Montrezl Harrell over to Thybulle. Thybulle going to his right, gets it over to Harden. Harden matching it with Bogdanovic. Harden coming inside. Harden lays one up for 2, and it's good for James Harden. Harden's trying to make him earn it here in the first quarter and throughout the entire game. Ivey puts one up for 2, and it's good to make it back to a 1-point game. Immediately answers after Harden puts in a layup. Ivey with 9 points early on. Harrell kicks out to Thybulle over to Milton. Milton coming inside. Milton tries to lay it up. Harrell gets the rebound. Harrell surrounded, and Harrell with the two-handed jackhammer. Montrezl Harrell putting the Sixers back up by 3, 26-23. 2:40 left to go in the first. Bogdanovic one up. It's no good, but he will be fouled. Fouls on Montrezl Harrell. He went back to go ahead and show a little sportsmanship and help him up. By the way, Bogdanović will head to the free throw line to shoot 2 again. First one for Bogdanović is good at the line. We need to stop making these silly mistakes, though. We got to stop doing this. You can't continue to do this the whole game. Bogdanović now with 6 points on the night with that free throw made. Second one for Bogdanović is good at the line as well. It's like Bogdanović at the line is Mr. Automatic over here when it comes to him at the free throw line. Like, seriously. It's no joke. Here we go. Shake Milton with the ball. Gets over to James Harden. Harden looking for space. Harden dancing. Harden dribbling with it. Coming inside. Harden laying up for 2. It's no good. He does not get fouled as we're going the other way with it with the Pistons with an opportunity to take the lead. Saddiq Bey coming inside with it, but he'll lose the ball to George Niang. Harden will get it over to Thibault, who lobs it up for Harrell and gets it to go for 2. Montrezl Harrell dunking it with 2 grown man hands. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Ivy gets it over to Bagley, gives it over to Saddiq Bey, back to Bagley. Bagley matching up with Harrell. Bagley kicks it out to Alec Burks in the corner for 3, and it's no good. Rebounded by Shake Milton for the Sixers. Gets it over to James Harden. Harden laying up for 2, and it's good for the beer. James Harden's making sure they earn it. Harden has 9 points in the first quarter. Ivy gets it over to Bagley. Bagley gets it over to Bogdanović. Bogdanović getting double teamed. Gets it over to Bagley. Kicks it out to Saddiq Bey in the corner for 3. It's no good, but Jaden Ivey picks up the mess and puts it back. 3-point ball game, 30-27. A minute 10 left to go in the first. Milton gets it over to Niang in the corner for 3, and it's no good. Thibault does not get the rebound, as it'll be Marvin Bagley picking it up instead. Bagley gets it over to Ivy. Ivy around the screen. Ivy shooting a 3, no good, and no foul, though, on the Sixers. But Thibault will jam it down with 2 grown man hands as Harden throws a touchdown pass with 2 hands over to Matisse. 45 seconds left in the first. Ivy gets it over to Alec Burks. Burks around the screen. Burks coming inside, puts up a 2, and it's good for Alec Burks, the former Sixer, getting it done yet again from 2-point range, pretty much from the free throw line. Here we go. There's James Harden with the ball. Harden dancing, going step back 3, and that's good for James Harden. Where's the foul on that? I don't know. That should have been a foul call against the Pistons unless if no one touched him, which apparently no one did. But Harden with 12 points here in the first quarter. Sixers will have time for one more shot. Bogdanović with the ball. Matching up with James Harden. About 8 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Bogdanović. And it's taken away by the Sixers. Harden gets it over to Montrezl Harrell. Lays it up and lays it in. Montrezl Harrell. 3.4 left for the Pistons. 2, 1. Ivy got it off too late. And at the end of the first quarter, the Sixers will lead it by 8. 37-29. Great first quarter by the Philadelphia 76ers. We had the quarter number 2 with the Philadelphia 76ers up by 8 points. 37-29 as we had the quarter number 2. But yeah, guys, on that note, that was a great first quarter by the Sixers. 37 points put up. That's incredible. You know, at some points in the game, the Sixers were pretty slow, but they started to pick it up with Harden as their leading scorer in this one with 12 points early. So, 37-29 is we had the quarter number 2. 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 37-29 is we great to see the Sixers get things going early, but especially in particular, James Harden getting things going early. Tobias putting up 8, but he was in foul trouble earlier, so hasn't really had that much time to continue doing his thing. Montrezl Harrell doing his thing with 6 off the bench. Embiid with 4 needs to pick things up a little bit. Needs to bring his game up a notch. Niang trying to do his job. And then Matisse Thybulle and De'Anthony Melton doing what they can in their time that they have had to step on the court. So we're going to see how the rest of this one plays out, and especially in particular this second quarter. But yeah, guys, I really like that performance that I saw in the first quarter from this team. This team definitely did a great job in that first quarter off. After what was, in my opinion, a slow start, but then they really started to pick things up. James Harden started picking things up in his game. We saw 8 from Tobias Harris before he went onto the bench since he was in foul trouble with 2 fouls in the first. We saw Montrezl Harrell early on in the first 5 minutes of play with 6 points and a rebound put up. But just a lot of good things that you saw from that first quarter from the Philadelphia 76ers. They look to do the same thing in the second and the rest of this game in the second half. So let's see what happens here in quarter number 2 as the second quarter is underway. Alec Burks with the ball guarded by Daniel House gets it over to... Wait, hold up. I didn't even see who that was as he gets it over to Alec Burks, and it's no good, and is rebounded by the Sixers. It was 20 for the Pistons. Anyway, Shake Milton with the ball here. Milton kicks out to Niang, over to Milton. Milton gets it over to Embiid. Embiid again facing all kinds of contact, and we have a second foul tonight on Marvin Bagley. Kevin Knox the second is number 20. That's who it is. No shooting foul, though, so they'll just inbound it. And B delivers it to Thybulle, and Thybulle puts it up for 2. Matisse Thybulle with the assist by Joel Embiid, and Thybulle comes up with the steal. Thybulle gets it over to Embiid. Embiid pump fakes. He wanted a 3-point shot. Got it over to Niang. Niang going to his right. Niang gets it over to Embiid. Embiid dancing. Out to Niang. Niang shooting a 3, and it's good for George Niang. That's what I'm talking about when we're talking about the minivan. Someone on this team has to have ice in their veins. Marvin Bagley with the ball, matching up with Joel Embiid. Bagley wanted to put it up, and Embiid to get that weak stuff out of here, but Embiid will be drawing a foul, as Embiid will be called for it. Bagley to go to the line for 2. Foul called on Joel Embiid. Marvin Bagley with just 2 points, a rebound, and an assist early on. You see Tobias Harrison between Furkan Korkmaz and James Harden. First one from Marvin Bagley at the line on this trip is good. And Hamidou Diallo checking into the game here for, do believe it was Alec Burks. Checked into the game. Second one for Marvin Bagley is missed at the line, so he will go 1 for 2 on this trip. Sixers still up by 12. Milton gets over to Embiid. Embiid looking, coming inside. Embiid putting up for 2, and Embiid is making this be child's play on this one. Thybulle goes up with the steal, and Matisse Thybulle. Who is this man, Matisse Vincent Thybulle? Put him in the line for one more, please. I would like... How can I help you with this order? Yes, I would like Matisse Thybulle putting up 2 points in an and 1, please. All right, we're bringing that right out to you. And then immediately it's another timeout called by the Pistons. Who is Matisse Thybulle tonight? So far, he's been looking like a grown man on my watch. That's how you get physical, Matisse. Matisse showing a little something tonight. Put up some juice. Let's go, Matisse. And with that one so far, the Sixers already have 18 points off the bench. If you guys can believe that. They've just been looking like a completely different team from the first few games that they have played in. They've just been looking like a different team in terms of bench scoring. Already have 18 points here, and it's just been the start of the second quarter. But this has definitely been much better than what we've seen when the Sixers have been struggling. So this has definitely been much better. But yeah, guys, on that note, the Sixers have just been doing their thing. Yeah, they have a good lead right now on the Pistons for the moment. I mean, they're up by almost 20 points right now over this Pistons team, but this Pistons team is still learning, man. Matisse Thybulle in this game has become Matisse Thybulle, thank you very much. But guys, I cannot wait for Saturday, man, because that game, you guys know which game I'm talking about. The Eagles game on Saturday against the Dallas Cowboys in Jerry World. That's going to be one that I am really excited for. Apparently, it turns out Matisse Thybulle did not get an and one, so it was just a timeout called by the Pistons. But it was just a timeout by the Pistons, and Thybulle just got the 2 points. So here we go. Sadiq Bey gets this over to Marvin Bagley. Bagley gets it over to Jalen Duren. Tries to get it over to Bogdanovich, but Bogdanovich steps out of bounds that's Kevin Knox the second, rather. I should say that is not Bogdanovich. But either way, he steps out of bounds, and it is going to be Sixers ball. Milton gets it over to Niang, over to Embiid. Embiid looking, gets it over to Milton. Milton gets it over to Niang. Niang gets it over to Embiid. Embiid gets it over to Niang, over to Milton, over to Daniel House Jr. House looking, dancing. House looking, just has to shoot it up for grabs, and he almost made the shot off balance. Both feet were off the ground, and he almost had it right there, but it hit off the back of the rim. And the shot goes up and in for number 6 on the Detroit Pistons, that being Hamidou Diallo. Putting that in for 2. Sixers still up by 14, though. Milton gets it over to Embiid. Embiid getting double team, gets it over to Milton. Milton gets it over to Niang. Niang in the corner for 3, left wide open, but misses the shot. Bagley gets the rebound. And Diallo bringing the ball down the floor, matched up with Daniel House Jr. Diallo gets it over to Killian Hayes. But a foul called against Daniel House Jr. Niang and Thybulle both going to the bench. D'Anthony Melton getting back into the game here for the Sixers. And so is Tobias Harris. Diallo inbounds this here to Jaren Duren, who gets it over to Kevin Knox, over to Killian Hayes. Hayes putting up a 2-point shot, no good. And the Pistons try to get the rebound, but the Sixers will take this the other way. Or rather, Embiid being called for the foul, I should say. I thought for a second it was going the other way, but Embiid's called for the foul apparently, so. I think it's number 2 on Joel tonight. Saddiq Bey will, however, inbound this to Jalen Duren. Gets over to Diallo, gets it over to Saddiq Bey. Bey coming inside with it. Bey putting up a 2-point shot, and it's no good. Rebounded by the Sixers. Melton bringing this ball down the other end. Melton dancing. Melton coming inside. Melton looking for his options. Melton gets over to Embiid. Embiid pump faking twice, 3 times. Embiid with the finger roll layup is good. Joel Embiid putting up a huge 2-pointer when it matters. Killian Hayes with the ball, matching up with DeAnthony Melton. Hayes still looking for his options here. Can't find anyone. Hayes around the screen. Hayes matching up with Embiid. Hayes gets it over to Kevin Knox for 3 from the wing, and it's no good. And it'll be rebounded by Saddiq Bey for the Pistons. Bey trying to use it with a reverse layup. Double dribble according to the official. But apparently Saddiq Bey was able to get the ball back and put it up for 2. And apparently the shot counts. As Melton puts up a layup for 2, no good. And B tries to get the rebound, but can't. Hayes picks up the rebound, though, for the Pistons. Gets it over to Diallo. Diallo misses it. But Diallo's going to be fouled here. If I do believe it was Daniel House Jr. So now it's actually going to go against DeAnthony Melton. So it's 2 on Melton, 2 on Embiid, and 2 on Tobias Harris. And all 3 of those players are on the floor right now, as the first one is missed by Hamidou Diallo. Second one for Diallo at the line is high arcing, but it is good to make it a 13-point game here, 48-35, under 7.5 minutes left here in the first half. Milton gets it over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton looking, gets it over to Tobias Harris. Harris looking, coming inside, spinning is Harris. Harris putting up a 2-point shot, and it's good for Tobias Harris when it matters. Give Tobias Harris 10 points on the night with that shot. Killian Hayes with the ball. Hayes putting up a 2-pointer, and it's good for Killian Hayes. So back up to a 13-point lead for the Sixers, 13-point deficit for the Pistons. Melton drops it down to Daniel House Jr. House at the baseline, and Daniel House Jr. with that 2-handed jam for Daniel House Jr. Back up to a 15-point lead for your Philadelphia 76ers. Killian Hayes with the ball, Sixers with 30 points in the paint, I should say. Hayes gets it over to Duren, gets it over to Saddiq Bey. And it will be a foul called. And it's going to be number 3 on Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris might go back to the bench, and indeed he does. So Niang's pretty much back in this game immediately, unless if Paul Reed comes back. Tobias Harris sitting on 3 personal fouls, but still hasn't missed a shot. I'm not sure if Niang came back in or not. First one for Diallo at the line, though, is good. So I know James Harden's back in, but who's replacing Tobias? Is Niang back in, or is it Paul Reed at the 4 spot? 6.5 minutes, though, left here in the first half. Diallo set to take his second one at the line. Second one for Diallo is good as well, so this time we'll go 2 for 2 on this trip. Melton taking a 3-point shot. I was trying to see who was at the power forward position, but it's hard to tell. And the shot's no good. Melton comes to layup to steal, and Melton gets the layup to go. DeAnthony Melton putting the shot up and in. And they'll inbound this now to Kevin Knox. They must have Melton at the 3 and Daniel House Jr. at the 4. As Diallo is able to put this one up for 2, and it's good. Still a 13-point game here in Philadelphia with 5:45 left to go in the first half. 54-41. Harden with the ball gets over to Embiid. Embiid matching up with Jalen Duren. And a defensive 3-second violation called against the Pistons. And Embiid taking the free throw here, and that one is good. Isaiah Stewart getting back in this game here in place of Sadiq Bey. So the 3-second violation free throw was good for Joel Embiid. It is that and possession here for the Sixers. As Harden will inbound this to Joel Embiid. Embiid gets it over to Shake Milton. Milton putting up a 3, and it's good for Shake Milton. Milton with a big shot when it matters, and the Sixers are back up by 17, 58-41 over the Pistons. Killian Hayes with the ball. Hayes delivers it over to Isaiah Stewart, who gets it over to Diallo. Diallo matching up with James Harden. Diallo gets it over to Kevin Knox. Knox coming inside. Knox with the layup. It's no good. But apparently a foul called against the Pistons. Sixers on a 7-game homestand. They are finishing it up on Friday night against the LA Clippers, where Kawhi Leonard and Paul George will both come into the Wells Fargo. Embiid with the ball gets over to James Harden. Harden matching up with Killian Hayes gets it over to Embiid. Embiid coming inside, puts up a 2-point shot. It's good for Joel Embiid when it matters. Joel Embiid putting the Sixers up by 19 with that shot, 60-41. Hayes gets it over to Diallo. Diallo gets it over to Isaiah Stewart. Over to Diallo, who goes up the baseline. Diallo with the layup is no good. Embiid does not get the rebound, but Melton does instead. Melton, bring it inside. And apparently they're going to say that it's going to be Pistons ball. Melton wants a foul. But they're going to say it's Pistons ball. And Jaden Ivey is going to get back into the game here for Detroit. For Kevin Knox. And Killian Hayes will inbound this to Jaden Ivey. And Ivey will bring the ball down the floor. Ivey matching up on DeAnthony Melton. He loses the ball. And apparently a foul is called against DeAnthony Melton. And Melton's like, you got to be kidding me. That makes it now with Melton and Tobias Harris both on 3 fouls each. First one for Jaden Ivey at the line is no good. Jaden Ivey at the age of 20 at a height of 6'4", 195 pounds coming out of the College of Purdue. George Niang having come back in since they had DeAnthony Melton at the 3. So they have Niang at the 3 and Tucker at the 4. Second one for Ivey's missed as well. Imagine if that was in the second half and the Sixers fans would have had their Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. And Embiid putting up a layup, almost got it, but comes up short. And foul's called against Isaiah Stewart, and Embiid just go to the line for 2. As this was not a foul on the floor, I will guarantee that. But Bojan Bogdanovic to check back into the game here for the Pistons, replacing Hamidou Diallo. Apparently the foul was called on the floor. So it was before Embiid shot it. Embiid gets over to Niang in the corner for 3. And it's no good for George Niang. And it's rebounded by Isaiah Stewart. Sorry about that, but here we go. Killian Hayes with the ball. Hayes put up a 2-point shot. It's good for Killian Hayes for 2. And the Pistons make it down to a 17-point deficit for themselves. Killian Hayes with 6 points on the night. Harden gets it over to Embiid. Embiid dancing with it, matching up on Isaiah Stewart, gets it over to Harden. Try to get it over to Niang, but that's stolen by Jaden Ivey, the rookie. And that's good for 2 right there for Detroit. Sixers need to be careful, though, when they're swinging in like that, as you saw in the game if you guys are watching it from there. Harden gets it over to Embiid on the behind-the-back pass, and Embiid with a high-arcing shot, but he was fouled by Isaiah Stewart, and that was not even close. Joel Embiid to go to the line to shoot 2 here with 3:20 left to go here in the first half. Embiid with 11 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists in this game. First one for Embiid at the line is no good, as that one's going to come up short, and it's going to go off too far to the right. Embiid going to attempt his second free throw here. Second one at the line for Embiid is good. So the second one Embiid makes, and he'll go 1 for 2 from the line on that trip to keep it a 16-point lead for the Sixers. Killian Hayes with the ball. Hayes looking. Hayes coming inside, drops it down for Isaiah Stewart. Stewart gets it over to, I believe that was Jalen Duren, and he'll be able to get that to go for 2. And B gets it down to Melton in the corner for 3. It's no good. Tucker tries to get the rebound and flips out to James Harden. And Harden will match up with Killian Hayes here. Harden taking a 3-point shot, and it comes up short. Sixers get the rebound again here, and this time it's P.J. Tucker getting the rebound over to Niang, over to Harden. Harden looking and dancing. Harden coming inside. Harden with a reverse layup. No good, and is rebounded by the Pistons this time. And Ivy will bring it down the floor, kick it out in the corner for 3. But it will be Sixers ball. With this being a foul against the Pistons, I do believe, unless this was a timeout. Which I doubt it was. Not sure if it was a timeout or if they called it Sixers ball. Couldn't tell based on what the substitution caller, or whatever you want to call him, was saying in his spot. Not sure what they call that these days, honestly. But yeah, guys, still a pretty dominant first half from the Sixers overall. I mean, they're still up by double-digit points for the moment. 24 points in the second quarter for them, 18 points for the Pistons. Sixers have 3 players in double figures here. I was about to say triple figures, but last time that happened was with Wilt Chamberlain. But the Sixers do have 3 players in double figures right now, with Joel Embiid, James Harden, and Tobias Harris. And production off the bench is still being provided overall as a whole, as there have been a total of 23 points off the bench for the Sixers, 3 of them with 6, and that's George Niang, Matisse Thybulle, and Montrezl Harrell in their time that they have played on the floor tonight. Matisse Thybulle, they showed 2 of his steals, and then Melton got 1 on one of the defensive plays of the game so far in the first half. But the Sixers have done a pretty solid job defensively, especially for the fact Matisse Thybulle has 2 steals in this game. So Thybulle's definitely been putting up his numbers defensively, especially in steals. Philly with a total of 5. Harden with the ball as the game comes back on. Harden gets it over to Niang, over to Embiid, back to Niang. Niang putting up 3 from the wing. That comes up short and is rebounded by the Pistons. Killian Hayes with the ball matching up with PJ Tucker. Gets it over to Bogdanovic, but Bogdanovic back to Hayes. Hayes looking, matching up with Tucker. Hayes going to his right, kicks it over to Ivy. Ivy going step back 2 here. Over Shake Milton, it's no good. And Tucker is able to get the rebound. But it will stay Sixers ball regardless. With Jaden Ivey knocking down PJ Tucker. A line contact is being made. They're going to put Matisse Thybulle in here with a minute 45 left. Here we go. There's James Harden with the ball. Harden drops it down to Embiid. Embiid gets over to Niang in the corner for 3. It's no good for George Niang and is rebounded by Isaiah Stewart. Niang's been able to put up points. He just hasn't finished on some of these 3-point shots that he's taken. On some of them, at least. Here we go. Here's Isaiah Stewart putting one up for 2 and gets it over to Joel Embiid. And plus the Pistons down by 12 with a minute 10 left to go here in the first half. Pistons on an 8-1 run in the last 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Harden flips it over to Embiid. Embiid gets it over to James Harden. Harden puts up a 2-point shot, and it's not even close. And the Pistons get the rebound. Bogdanovic with the ball with 7 points. Bogdanovic tries to drop it down for Jalen Durham, but it's not going to happen. Niang losing it, and it's going the other way again. Come on, Niang, you got to handle the ball. I was giving you high praise after some of these shots, Niang. You better step up your game a little bit here. That's the 5th turnover for the Sixers, 14 for the Pistons in the first half. Hayes tries to get it over to Bogdanovic, and they're going to say it went off Bogdanovic last. And Bogdanovic disagrees with that call immediately. It's pretty much a catch and shoot, but Embiid was fouled at the basket. So he'll head to the line for 2. Embiid to shoot 2 at the charity stripe. First one for Embiid at the line is good, so that'll give Embiid 13 points here in the first half. I mean, we're definitely having other players score, which is a good thing, so we don't have to have Joel Embiid carry all the time. Saddiq Bey checking back in. Niang going to the bench here. Daniel House Jr. to get back in this game here for the last 34 seconds. .34 seconds left here in the first half. Second one for Joel Embiid at the line is good as well, so give Joel Embiid 14 points with those 2 free throws made by himself at the line. Here we go. There's Killian Hayes with the ball. Hayes putting up a 2-point shot. It's good off the bank, and the bank is open for the Pistons as now they are down by 12. 20 seconds left here in the first half. Sixers will just take their time. Shot clock is not unplugged, but it'll give the Pistons at least 1 second, assuming the Sixers will get the time all the way down. Harden will lob it over to Embiid. Embiid will match up with Saddiq Bey. Embiid will drop it down to Thybulle. Thybulle put up a 2-point shot. No good. Embiid trying to scoop up the rebound. Doesn't do so, but House will get it. And that will be the end of the first half. Crazy way to kind of end off the first half. But overall, the Sixers still lead the Detroit Pistons at the end of the first half by a score of 63-51. As ladies and gentlemen, it is officially halftime, and the Sixers will lead it by 12. Sorry, guys, just trying to change the scoreboard here. Trying to let you guys know what the score is and the fact that it is halftime. There we go. Also got to wait for this scoreboard to update here. It's on the actual score, so I might as well just go ahead and read off the stats now. So starting off on the Detroit Pistons side, leading scorer in the first half for the Detroit Pistons is Jaden Ivey with 13 points, 2 rebounds, and no assists. Killian Hayes with 8 points, a rebound, and an assist each. Bojan Bogdanovic with 7 points and 5 rebounds. Hamidou Diallo with 7 points and a rebound. Alec Burks with 7 points straight up. Jalen Duren with 2 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Isaiah Stewart, 2 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Sadiq Bey with 2 points and 3 rebounds. And Marvin Bagley with 3 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist to end off the first half for the Detroit Pistons. Now to the Philadelphia 76ers side, Joel Embiid leading the way in the first half, per usual with 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists. James Harden with 12 points, a rebound, and 4 assists. Tobias Harris with 10 points straight up. Matisse Thybulle with 6 points, no rebounds, and an assist. Montrezl Harrell with 6 points and a rebound. George Niang with 6 points straight up. D'Anthony Melton with 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Shake Milton with 3 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. And Daniel House Jr. with 2 points and a rebound to end off the scoring in the first half for your Philadelphia 76ers. Now to the team stats now. The Detroit Pistons are shooting the ball 53.1% from the field to the Philadelphia 76ers 49%. The Detroit Pistons are shooting the ball 28.6% from three-point range to the Philadelphia 76ers 33.3%. The Detroit Pistons are shooting the ball 75% from the free throw line to the Philadelphia 76ers 88.9%. The Detroit Pistons are the Detroit Pistons are out rebounding the Philadelphia 76ers 21-18, but the Sixers are, however, doing it offensively 7-4. The Philadelphia 76ers are out assisting the Detroit Pistons 15-5. Both teams with 1 block each in the first half. Sixers with more steals than the Pistons in the first half, 6-1. Sixers annihilating the turnover battle in the first half, 15-5. Sixers with way more points in the paint than the Pistons, 34-22, and a total of 20 personal fouls called, 12 on the Philadelphia 76ers and 8 on the Detroit Pistons. As ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the end of the first half stats. And ladies and gentlemen, you all pretty much know how this works, except for the new people. We're going to go ahead and take the halftime break like we always do. So how this is going to work is that go get a snack, go get a drink, go to the bathroom, do whatever you guys need to do in order to get ready for the second half of this matchup between the Detroit Pistons and the Philadelphia 76ers, as the Sixers look to make it a 6-game winning streak. And we're going to find out if that happens. But ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you all back here for the second half. Alright guys, I'm back here ready to go for the second half, which should eventually be starting here in just a few moments. I'm not sure what happened on your guys' end, if anything did happen, but something crazy might have came up on your guys' screen. I don't know what happened about that, but it is what it is. But second half should be beginning here in hopefully a few moments. Maybe give it like 5-10 minutes maybe. I don't know. It depends how long NBC Sports Philly wants to keep this going on for and how long the players will take to warm up. We'll see. We'll see what the Sixers can do here in the second half, and hopefully they can close the door on the Pistons and make it 6 in a row tonight. But yeah, guys, let's see what this team can go ahead and do in the second half, if anything. Well, they better do something. But yeah, guys, give me your first half thoughts down below in the chat. Let me know what you guys thought about that first half. Let me know the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let me know thoughts in the chat how you guys felt about that first half, and let's see this performance or something like this going on in the second half, man. Hopefully we can see something like this. As long as we play this the way that we played the first half, then we should be fine. And we should be able to make this 6 in a row in terms of a 6-game winning streak. But let's make this happen, man. Let's make this happen. It looks like the second half is about to get underway here in a minute or two. Sixers finishing up. Halftime warm-ups here. Halftime shoot-around. Brickin' for Chicken now available in the second half. Presented by Chick-fil-A. But yeah, guys, we're going to see what happens in the second half. See if the Pistons will adjust or if the Sixers will hang on. $12 points in the first half for James Harden. Embiid with 14 points in the first half, and Tobias Harris with 10 points. Tobias Harris still yet to miss a shot, but has been playing with 3 fouls in this game. So we're going to see what happens in the second half. And speaking of the second half is underway. So here we go. Killian Hayes gets the ball over to Bojan Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic gets it over to Isaiah Stewart. Stewart matching up with Tobias Harris. Stewart putting one up for 2. It's no good, but Stewart trying to get his own rebound, does so, but misses the second time as well. And the Sixers this time will get the rebound. And Embiid will take down the floor, get it over to James Harden. Harden around a screen. Gets it over to Embiid. Embiid shooting a 2. It's no good, and Bogdanovic gets the rebound. Bojan Bogdanovic will bring it down the other end. Bogdanovic kicking it out. Hayes in the corner for 3. It's no good, and is rebounded by Bogdanovic for the Pistons. Bogdanovic matching up with Joel Embiid. Bogdanovic coming inside. Bogdanovic getting blocked by Embiid. Embiid says, get that weak stuff out of here. But it's still going to stay Pistons ball with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Killian Hayes will inbound this here to Jay Nivey, who will get this over to or rather over to Jalen Duren, over to Jaden Ivey for 2. Either way, it just comes up short and is rebounded by the Sixers. Harden with the ball, looking for his options. Harden dancing, coming inside on Stewart. Harden laying it up for 2, and he will be fouled. He'll head to the line for 2 free throws. Foul is called on Isaiah Stewart. That's the 4th foul on Isaiah Stewart tonight, so you take him out of the game, and you can really set yourself up for a big height advantage, or a big advantage in terms of power forward / small ball center. First one for Harden at the line is no good. Come on, Harden, let's go. Let's wake up here. Come on. And Harden had an opportunity to tie Joel Embiid's point total tonight with 14 points. But now, if he makes the second one, which he does, Harden now with 13 points on the night. So, Sixers still by 13 points here as well. 10:45 left to go here in the third quarter. Killian Hayes with the ball here for the Detroit Pistons. Hayes matching up with PJ Tucker, getting double teamed now as Killian Hayes gets it over to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich matching up with James Harden. Bogdanovich coming inside, gets it over to Jalen Duren. Duren puts it up, and the ball runs around and goes out and is picked up by the Sixers. Embiid putting it up for 2, and it's good for Joel Embiid. And Embiid now with 16 points on the night. And Isaiah Stewart responding quickly to that layup. And Embiid saying, let me respond in my way, Isaiah Stewart, and let me put a layup up and in off the backboard. Anything you can do, I can do better. Here we go. Killian Hayes with the ball. Hayes putting one up for 2, and it bounces out of the rim and is rebounded by the Sixers. Harden gets over to Melton, over to Harris in the corner for 3, and that comes up short. And that's the first shot missed by Tobias Harris tonight. That was a good run for Tobias Harris while it lasted. As Bogdanovich has the ball. Bogdanovich putting up a 2-point shot, and it's no good. And Embiid gets the rebound. Embiid gets over to James Harden. Harden flips it back to Joel Embiid. Embiid going from way deep, and it's no good. It comes up short off the front rim and misses. And I believe that was Jaden Ivey, and yes, it was. He comes up short, but he is fouled. "17 assists for the Sixers, which only 6 for the Pistons. Pistons do get the inbound in here to Killian Hayes. Hayes matching up with James Harden as he comes around the screen. Hayes putting up a high-arcing 2-point shot, and it's good for Killian Hayes. Harden will get this down to DeAnthony Melton. Melton coming inside. Melton kicks it out to Embiid, over to Harden, over to Harris. Harris going step back 3 from the wing, and it's almost good, but he will go ahead and shoot 3 free throws as he will be fouled. As that one is going to be the 5th foul tonight on Isaiah Stewart. As they tried to put Isaiah Stewart on Tobias Harris, but that's 5 on Isaiah Stewart tonight. So now they have to put him on the bench for pretty much almost the remainder of this game, with him on 5 fouls, because I don't know who's going to step up for them and take his role. Here we go. Tobias Harris looking for 13 points on the night as he will go to the line for 3 free throws. First one at the line for Tobias Harris is good. It's been a really efficient night for Tobias Harris. Second one for Tobias Harris is good at the line as well. Well, we see Tobias Harris go 3 for 3 on this trip. Shake Milton to check back into this game in place of DeAnthony Melton. And the final one for Tobias Harris is also good. So Tobias Harris will go 3 for 3 on this trip from the free throw line, and he will be able to put up 13 points in this game has still by far been the Philadelphia 76ers' most efficient shooter. Jaden Ivey with the ball, bringing up the baseline, gets it over to Jalen Duren for two, and it will roll around the rim, and it will go in for Jalen Duren. Harden will get this over to Tobias Harris. Harris backing in. Harris backing in on Bogdanovic. Harris going step back, fading two, and it is good for Tobias Harris. Huge when it matters for Tobias Harris. Killian Hayes gets it over to Jaden Ivey. Ivey drops it down for Jalen Duren, and he will lose it to Joel Embiid. Embiid will get this over to James Harden. Harden laying it up for two, and it's good for James Harden. The Beard now has 15 points tonight. Timeout called by the Pistons. Without a question, they need it as the Sixers are up by 18 points on them and are cruising to what could be 6 in a row for the Philadelphia 76ers. They've been red hot down the stretch. They're just showing why they're red hot down the stretch. They're showing it tonight. If you don't think so, you're crazy. But yeah, man, it's just pretty much been all Sixers in terms of their performance so far, pretty much the entire way. Sixers won the first two quarters, so hopefully we can give like the second unit and the cleanup crew some time. Because I mean, we should be able to finish this team and then move on to Friday's matchup against the LA Clippers. Which, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys did not hear already, I'm trying to bring on special guests for Friday's matchup against the LA Clippers. So if he does decide that he wants to do it with me, then I'll have him come on as well. And hopefully I can get him to do the game with me on Friday on my channel. So we're going to see what happens throughout the week, and hopefully within the next 24 hours I will get a response, and hopefully we can make this happen. But either way, no matter what, I will be doing the game on Friday, regardless on whether he wants to do it with me or not. But yeah, guys, pretty much everything has been going the Sixers' way, man. Everything's been going their way pretty much for the most part. But yeah, guys, Sixers doing a great job, man. Sixers are doing a great job right now. But Jaden Ivey being fouled here as the game just got right back on. Points off turnovers. Philadelphia 76ers with 26. Pistons just with 6 points off turnovers. Bogdanovic go ahead and inbound this here. Inbounds it over PJ Tucker. Gets it into Jalen Duren. Back to Bogdanovic, who trips. And the foul is called against PJ Tucker, who wants to have a little word with the official on this call. Last 5 games for the Sixers, 5-0, 121.8 points per game, 49.3% from the field, and so many more statistics down the line that I did not get a chance to read. As Ivy tries to pull one up for 2, it's no good. Jalen Duren gets the rebound and puts it up for 2, and that one's good. Here we go. Harden gets this over to Shake Milton. Milton looking. Gets over to Tobias Harris. Harris looking, matching up with Killian Hayes. Harris backing in. Harris losing it. And it'll be picked up by Bojan Bogdanovic for the Pistons. Bogdanovic with the ball. Bogdanovic drops it down to Killian Hayes. Gets it over to Saddiq Bey in the corner for three. It's no good. And is rebounded by the Pistons. And he'll get it out again to Saddiq Bey for three in the corner. And that one's good for Saddiq Bey. 75-62 is your score right now. 6:45 left in the third. Harden gets it over to Embiid, over to Harris. Harris in the corner. Harris up the baseline, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid fading for a two-point shot. No good. Tucker cannot get the rebound as this one's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be Pistons ball. Come on, Sixers. We cannot be struggling right now. Let's go. 6.5 minutes left. Hayes gets this over to Jaden Ivey. Ivey gets blocked by Embiid. Embiid says, get that weak layup out of here. Gets it over to Shake Milton, who lobs it up for Tobias Harris, and he gets it to go for two. Tobias Harris getting this to go, and the Sixers are up by 15. 6:05 left in the third. Hayes with the ball here for the Pistons. 6 minutes left. Hayes fading two-point shot, and that is missed. Harden able to get it back in. And Tobias Harris arguing this, thinking Harden's was not out of bounds. Might want to take a look at that. I don't think Harden was out of bounds either. I think Harden was in, or at least he was in midair at the time. And Hayes will lob this over for Bojan Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic will be fouled on a three-point shot. And the foul's called against P.J. Tucker. And I don't know what Tucker's complaining about because he clearly touched him by a landslide. And Tucker's still arguing about this. And Bogdanovic back to the line to shoot 2 free throws. First one for Bogdanovic at the line is good. First one was good at the line for Bogdanovic. Actually, no. Now it's good at the line for Bogdanovic. I thought he did shoot the first one. But that time he did shoot the first one. And that one was good at the line for Bogdanovic. So no Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets for the Sixers fans yet. And the second one at the line for Bogdanovic is good as well. As it's a 12-point game here, Embiid drops it down for Shake Milton. It's good to go for Shake Milton. Sixers back up by 14 points, 79-65. Ivey gets this over to Alec Burks, the former Sixer. Burks gets it over to Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic trying to get it back over to Jalen Duren, but it's not going to happen as there's very little time left on the shot clock here for the Detroit Pistons. 4.9 seconds left as it's inbounded to Jalen Duren. Back over to Saddiq Bey, and he got to go from almost the logo, so he almost got from logo land. But Saddiq Bey with a big shot, 2 for 4 from three-point range and 8 points for Saddiq Bey. Milton gets it over to Embiid, over to Harris for 3 from the wing, and it's no good, and it's rebounded by the Pistons. Pistons will bring it down the floor. And Ivey tried to get the ball, but did not do so. Embiid gets it over to Milton, and it's no good, and officially it's going to be a blocking foul here against Jaden Ivey. I think that's what the call was. I do believe it was a blocking foul. First one for Shake Milton at the line is good. Bogdanovich will go to the bench here for the Detroit Pistons. Kevin Knox coming back into the game here for Detroit as well. Bruce, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through, man. Hit the like button if you have not done so, my guy. Appreciate you for coming through. I'm doing good, man. Hopefully you're doing good as well. Hopefully everyone's doing well on this Wednesday night, man. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Second one for Milton at the line is good. Clippers will dominate this Sunday. It's actually Saturday, Christmas Eve, when the Eagles play Dallas. But if Jalen Hurts does not play because he does have that sprained shoulder, then Gardner Minshew will go ahead and start, as Kevin Knox putting one up for two is good to make it an 11-point game here in Philly with 4:20 left to go here in the third. Shake Milton gets over to Montrezl Harrell over to James Harden. Harden dancing. Harden going step back three from the wing, and it's no good. It comes up short, and Kevin Knox gets the rebound. Tucker tries to take it away from Burks. Burks drops it down for Kevin Knox in the corner for three, and that's way off target. And Tucker gets the rebound and gets it over to James Harden. Harden will be fouled by Alec Burks, the former Sixer. Just smashed the like button. Yeah, I meant Saturday. Yeah, also, Hurts might not even play on Saturday because he does have that sprained shoulder that could keep him out for a couple games. So it might be Gardner Minshew on Saturday against the Cowboys, which that's still winnable with Gardner Minshew. Don't get me wrong. It's just going to come down to him. But the inbound is in here for the Sixers as the Sixers have entered the bonus. Harden drops it down from Montrezl Harrell on a dime. What an executed play, and well executed it was from James Harden on Montrezl Harrell. Montrezl Harrell with 8 points. Sneak bag is blocked, and Bagley could not put it back, but Bagley will be fouled by James Harden. Marvin Bagley will go to the line for two here, as James Harden was the one to foul him. I do believe that was James Harden's third of the game. First one for Bagley is good at the line, so still yet, Sixers fans do not get the Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. Second one for Marvin Bagley is good at the line, so he will make both free throws at the line. And the Pistons are down by 11. 3.5 minutes left here in the third. James Harden with the ball. Looking, gets over to Montrezl Harrell, and Harrell loses it. Kevin Knox tried to get it back, but he's fouled by James Harden. Tobias Harris and James Harden will sit on the bench here, because that might have been 4 fouls for James Harden in this game. Milton gets it out to Thibault. Thibault coming inside. Thibault laying it up for two, and it's no good, and the Pistons will get the rebound. Jaden Ivey bring the ball down the other end. Ivey around a screen. Ivey coming inside. Ivey laying it up for two, and it's good for Jaden Ivey. 9-point game. Pistons trying to finish the quarter strong. Milton tries to get it over to Niang. And George Niang gets fouled by Alec Burks here, with 2:47 left. Timeout is called. As this is the first quarter that I think that the Pistons have been able to outscore the Sixers, even though the quarter has not expired yet. This has by far been one of PJ Tucker's best performances. This man has 10 rebounds in this game, despite the fact he has 0 points. But it's been all Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, and James Harden for the Sixers as they have been carrying. As for the Pistons, their 3 best scorers have been Jaden Ivey, Killian Hayes, and Bojan Bogdanovic. You guys also might have my Eagles versus Cowboys Week 16 game preview out tomorrow instead of Friday, because I normally put these out like 2 days prior to when the actual game is. So, if that's the case, be on the lookout for that. As like I told you guys before, I'm doing the Sixers game on Friday against the Clippers. Maybe with a special guest that we'll see hopefully within the next 24 hours or so. Hopefully I'm able to do it with this other content creator that is also a Philly sports fan, but does have the knowledge at the same time. Also has way more subscribers than I do, but definitely has the sports knowledge and definitely can hopefully have you guys get to know him a little bit. And hopefully if he does come on the channel, then it'd just be great to have him on. But yeah, man, the third quarter is going to finish here. 2:47 left to go in the third. And then to the fourth quarter, we will eventually be there. George Niang to shoot 2 at the line. First one for Niang is good. Joel Embiid putting up 18.6 rebounds and 6 assists. Second one for George Niang is good as well. So George Niang will put this back up to a double-digit lead for the Sixers with 2:45 left to go in the third. Jaden Ivey gets it over to Marvin Bagley, gets it over to Alec Burks, who misses the shot from the wing and is rebounded by the Sixers. Daniel House Jr. wide open, pump fakes, House going step back 3, way off target. And Montrezl Harrell tried to get the rebound, but it will go off the hands of Kevin Knox, and it will stay with the Sixers with 15 seconds on the shot clock. 2:25 left here in the third. Milton inbounds it to Niang, back to Milton, over to Montrezl Harrell. Harrell spins. Harrell loses it. And it'll be picked up by the Pistons. Duren gets this over to Kevin Knox. Or rather, that's Alec Burks over to Kevin Knox. Back to Burks, over to Knox in the corner for 3. And it's no good, and the Sixers will pick up the rebound with Shake Milton. Milton bringing this ball down the other end. Milton coming inside. Milton puts it up for 2, and it's good for Shake Milton. That was huge when it matters for Shake Milton at the end of the day. And Ivy apparently does not get the foul call as he tried to shoot it too and thought he did get fouled, but turns out he didn't. Milton gets it over to Montrezl Harrell for 2, and it's good for Montrezl Harrell as he stares down the Detroit Pistons players, and Harrell is having a nice game here tonight. A great performance by Montrezl Harrell. One of his better performances of the season. This is why we brought him in, for the veteran talent, and Doc Rivers will play with a guy like this. As this one's going to go out of bounds here for the Pistons, and it will be Sixers ball. Sixers back up by 15 over the Pistons here. Minute 15 left in the third. Milton gets it over to Niang. Niang gets it over to Daniel House Jr. House gets it over to Niang. Niang putting up a high-arcing three, and it's good for George Niang when it matters. Huge when it matters for the minivan. 1 minute left in the third. Sixers up at 18, 92-74. Sadiq Bey gets it over to Marvin Bagley, who shoots a three from the wing, and it's good for Marvin Bagley. Marvin Bagley answering quickly. Shake Milton spinning, kicks it out to Thibault. Thibault standing at the wing, gets it over to Milton, who now stands at the wing at about the same spot where Thibault was, who gets over to Montrezl Harrell. Harrell putting up a two, and it's missed. That's the first shot missed for Montrezl Harrell tonight. And it's rebounded by the Pistons. Bagley drops it down for Ivy. Harrell tried to block it, but Harrell will be called for the foul. And Ivy will head to the line for two. And Harrell was talking smack. With 25.7 seconds left here in the third quarter. Sixers still up by 15 for the moment. Both teams in the bonus, though. .7 left here in the third quarter. Sixers up by 15. Both teams in the bonus right now. And there will be an official penalty here. There will be an official foul here against Montrezl Harrell. So James Ivy will officially shoot 2 free throws at the line. Sixers bench has definitely been improving over the last few games that they have had. First one is missed at the line for Jaden Ivey, so maybe this is the chance for the Brickin' for Chicken for the Sixers fans, for the Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. Sixers fans are all on their feet. Everyone's rising to the occasion. Second one is good for Jaden Ivey, so no Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets yet for the Sixers fans to leave the arena with. Here we go. Here's Shake Milton with the ball, matching up on the rookie Jaden Ivey. Milton looking, coming inside. Milton gets over to Montrezl Harrell. Harrell putting up a two. It's no good, and it's rebounded by the Pistons. Pistons going to try to get one more off. And too hard on the backboard. And that will be missed as we will head to the fourth quarter here from Philadelphia. As the Philadelphia 76ers are up by 14 points over the Detroit Pistons, 92-78 as we head to the fourth quarter where the Sixers are up by 14. Yeah, guys, hopefully the Sixers can just come out here with the win, man. Going into the game on Friday, which will be the last game of the homestand here at the Wells Fargo Center before the Christmas game on Sunday, where that will take place at Madison Square Garden as the 76ers will take on the New York Knicks at the time. But hopefully the Sixers get wins both tomorrow night as well as tonight and Sunday as well. At the end of the day, man, let's just worry about tonight's game. We're just here to worry about tonight's game, that's for sure. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and finish this up in the fourth quarter. Let's finish this. Sixers getting ready to begin the fourth quarter here. 14-point games, 92-78. And the fourth quarter is underway. Sixers will begin within. Here we go. Shake Milton beginning with the ball here. Gets it over to Joel Embiid. Embiid gets it over to Shake Milton. Milton gets it over to Niang with the high-arcing triple. And it's no good, and it's rebounded by the Pistons. Killian Hayes will bring the ball down the floor. Hayes will give it over to Sadiq Bey. Bey will get it over to Jalen Duren. Gets it over to Killian Hayes. Gets it over to Sadiq Bey. Over to Marvin Bagley. And it's going to be a travel. You can't do that on Marvin Bagley. Here we go. Here's Shake Milton with the ball as he will take it on the inbound. Milton gets it over to Niang. Niang gets it over to Embiid. Embiid spinning. Embiid will be fouled, and he will head himself to the free throw line for two more free throws. Foul called against Kevin Knox III. Or rather, Kevin Knox II, I should say. If it's Marvin Bagley III and Kevin Knox II. First one for Embiid at the line is good, though. Anthony Melton will check back in for the Sixers here. Asia Roberson, what's going on? Appreciate you for coming through. Hit that like button if you have not done so. Appreciate you for coming through the stream. 19 points for Joel Embiid. Can make it 20 points on the night if he makes this one. The people that wipe up the floors are cleaning up some type of mess that's on the floor. Yang having a little talk with Kevin Knox II here. You see Maxey and Harden on your screen. Maxey should be back in 1.5 to 2 weeks. So hopefully we see him back soon in the year of 2023. Points per game leaders this season. Joel Embiid leading the pack with 33 points per game. Luka Doncic with 32.5 points per game. SGA with 31.3 points per game, and the list goes on and on and on. And the second one is good for Joel Embiid as well, so give him 20 points tonight. And the Sixers with the 16-point lead. 11 minutes left in the game. Hayes putting up a 2-point shot, no good, and Embiid gets the rebound. Embiid gets it over to Shake Milton. Milton gets it over to Embiid. Embiid coming inside, and Embiid tries to put one up for two, cannot do so, and the Pistons will be able to pick up the rebound here. It was picked up by Diallo, I do believe. Speaking of Diallo, he does have the ball right now. Diallo gets it out to Sadiq Bey in the corner for three, and it's no good, and Milton gets the rebound. And Melton gets out to Niang. Niang at the wing for three, and it's no good. And the rebound is picked up by the Pistons. Bagley taking a three-point shot. That's way off the mark, and Melton gets the rebound. Kind of like he was making the Odell Beckham Jr. catch. Milton with the ball gets it over to Embiid, over to Milton, over to Melton. Melton coming inside. Melton trying to put up a layup. It's no good, but Daniel House Jr. will put in the putback. Daniel House Jr. putting it back in the basket where it should belong. Killian Hayes with the ball. Hayes puts it up for two, and it's good over Joel Embiid. Harden gets it over to Daniel House Jr. House on the pump fake gets it over to Shake Milton. Milton matching up with Killian Hayes, gets it over to Embiid, back to Milton. Milton the layup. And that was just bad luck for Shake Milton, as that one should have went in but didn't. Rebounds picked up by the Pistons. And Diallo cannot get that one to go. And it's rebounded by the Sixers. And Embiid will be fouled here and he'll head to the line for two. Joey, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you coming through, man. Is Jason Kelce a Pro Bowler? I did not see the Pro Bowl list to see if Jason Kelce did make the cut, but I will check after the stream. Heard about everyone else, but I have no idea if Kelce made the cut. I'll check after the stream, man. I'll check after the stream. You saw who the Mets just signed. They signed Carlos Correa, man, after he originally signed with the San Francisco Giants. Decided to go to the New York Mets. That's a great signing for them. We'll see how it all pays out for him. First one I do believe was made for Joel Embiid, and yes, it was. Second one for Embiid is good at the line as well, so give Joel Embiid 22 points tonight. Kevin Knox with the ball, gets it over to Diallo, over to Bay, over to Duren. Duren trying to lay it up for two, and it's going to be a foul called on Joel Embiid. Hope the Mets end up like the Dream Team Eagles. Well, I hope the Mets just choke the National League East again, like they have done for the last few years, and when the Braves have been taken over. The Breaking for Chicken signs and everything's back out, and the first one is made by Jalen Duren. He's saying, you guys are not getting your Chick-fil-A nuggets. Not for me, at least. Second one for Duren is missed. Embiid will pick up the rebound. As Embiid will get this over to James Harden. Harden gets it over to Joel Embiid. Embiid dancing. Embiid coming inside. Embiid putting it up for two. And he will not be fouled, as he'll be picked up by Diallo, and we're going the other way with it with the Pistons with possession. Killian Hayes with the ball. Hayes losing it. Harden picks it up. I believe Harden was the one with the block. It's over to Niang. Niang back to Harden. Harden looking. Harden going to his left. Harden matching up with Jalen Duren. Harden wanting to go step back three. Try to get it over to Embiid and should have just took the shot. As Sadiq Bey will make it so easy, and he'll put it in for two with one hand for the dunk. James Harden with the ball. Harden gets it over to Embiid. Embiid gets it back to Harden. Over to Melton. Melton in the corner for three, and it's good for D'Anthony Melton. Sixers back up by 20. 7:20 left in the fourth. Killian Hayes gets it over to Saddiq Bey. Saddiq Bey at the wing for three, and it's good for Saddiq Bey. Or rather, it's a long two for Saddiq Bey. It's hard to tell from the camera angle that they always show. Here's James Harden with the ball. Harden puts up a three-point shot, no good, and rebounded by the Pistons. Guys, we don't need three-pointers now. I know why you're trying to make this a three-point contest. Bey will get it over to Diallo. With Killian Hayes over to Kevin Knox for three from the corner. It's no good. And Embiid gets the rebound. Embiid will bring the ball down the floor. Embiid putting it up and comes up short. But Melton gets the rebound for three, and it's good for D'Anthony Melton. And Melton's starting to come alive here. Timeout Pistons. Sixers is taking care of business overall, leading by 21 over the Pistons, 104-83. Rays leading the division ain't much better, LOL. Well, me personally, I prefer the Braves winning the National League East over the Mets, but overall, I definitely want the Phillies to win the division over both those teams, and they will pretty soon at some point. They just need to keep building that team up after signing Trey Turner. Spraying the ball around pretty well today. Three of our stars have 15-plus points. Yeah, that's a fact, man. That'd be Joel Embiid, James Harden, and Tobias Harris. Not to mention Niang and Montrezl Harrell are both pitching in a little bit. Niang with 11 and Montrezl Harrell with 10. They're both pitching in. Shake Milton's bringing his game. Melton's coming alive. He's got 7 right now. But it is what it is. Not good for my fantasy basketball, though. I need Embiid to go off. Yeah, it's a fact, man. I have D'Anthony Melton out of all these guys, and I have Maxey too, but he's out for another 1.5, 2 weeks. So, I'm relying on D'Anthony Melton to continue to step it up here. Montrezl Harrell's trying to do his thing tonight. Everyone's doing their job, man. Everyone's doing their job, and they're executing perfectly. Guys, appreciate everyone that's hitting the like button and support it, man. Got 8 people on the like button and had 2 more subscribers tonight, so a total of 503 overall. Appreciate everybody that's supported, man. Yeah, Asia, I mentioned that earlier. If you look early in the stream, I did mention that earlier about the Mets signing Carlos Correa. But you know what? They'll still find a way to lose the National League East. Why? Because the Mets can't keep the lead in the division to save their lives. Saddiq Bey putting up a 3, and it's no good, but he'll head to the line to shoot 3 free throws. The defense of the Sixers tonight has forced 20 turnovers in this game. First one comes up short from Saddiq Bey. Will he give the Sixers fans the Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets? 6:15 left. Second one was made by Sadiq Bey. And the final one is missed at the line. Here we go. Here's James Harden with the ball. Harden gets it over to Melton in the corner. Back to Harden, over to Embiid. Embiid coming inside, shooting a 2-point shot. No good off the back of the rim and is rebounded by the Pistons. And Stewart will have that one delivered toward him, and he will get that to go for 2 to make it an 18-point game. Melton gets over to Tobias Harris, over to Joel Embiid. Embiid gets it over to Shake Milton. Milton looking, trying to get to the basket, but he will lose the ball, and it will be Pistons ball rather, with 5.5 minutes left. After all the smack talk, Michael Parsons he might not play all well. I mean, Jalen Hurts didn't participate the first 2 times, so it's looking like it's going to be Gardner Minshew and Big D. And Embiid picks up the rebound after the miss. Gets it ahead to D'Anthony Melton, and he will lose it, and Killian Hayes will get the rebound. I guess I said no to chicken nuggets. Must be vegan chicken in my head. Yeah, imagine that. Killian Hayes went up a 2-point shot. No good. Tobias Harris gets the rebound. Here we go. Here's Tobias Harris with the ball. Harris spinning. Matching up with Jaden Ivey. Harris kicks it out to Harden, over to Milton, in the corner for 3, and it's way off target and rebounded by the Pistons. Rodney McGruder seeing some action tonight. But Jaden Ivey has the ball right now. Gets it over to Isaiah Stewart. Stewart matching up with James Harden. Stewart pushing him out of the way. Stewart losing it. And it'll be Sixers ball. But that's going to be lit. Now you know it. This could be a tight division this year. This upcoming year when it comes around. Paul Reed's also in the game here for the Sixers. Harden gets it over to D'Anthony Melton. Melton going step back 3. Almost goes in. Paul Reed gets the rebound. Gets it back to Melton. Over to Milton. Milton shooting a 3. That comes up short. Harris gets the rebound. Harris over to Melton. Melton with the 2 is good. And the Sixers will be coming away with points. Killian Hayes will drop this down to Jaden Ivey. Ivey tries to get it over to Diallo, and that's taken away by Tobias Harris. And Killian Hayes will fall to the ground, and it will be an offensive foul here against the Sixers, so we're going to go the other way. James Harden will go to the bench. Looks like his night is done. All the stars will be taking the seat, and the cleanup crew will get some time to themselves. 3.5 minutes left. Ivey with the ball. Putting it up for 2, no good. We'll get the rebound here with Marvin Bagley. And that one's no good either. And the Sixers will pick up the rebound here with George Niang. He'll get it over to Shake Milton. Milton gets it over to Niang. Niang putting up a 2-pointer. No good. Paul Reed cannot scoop up the rebound. They're going to give it to the Pistons, though. 3 minutes left exactly in the fourth quarter. Here we go. Here's Marvin Bagley matching up with Paul Reed, putting up a 2-point shot. And Marvin Bagley will be fouled by Paul Reed. That would be number 2 on B-Ball Paul. But yeah, man, everyone's been pitching in for the Sixers tonight. You know, Embiid with 22, Tobias with 17, Harden with 15, Melton with 12, Niang with 11, Montrezl Harrell with 10. You know, everyone's been pitching in, man. Everyone's been pitching in. Everyone's been doing their job. That's what you'd love to see. Yeah, this was a great team game, and it's going to be a great team win. You know, we didn't rely on Joel Embiid the entire time. Everyone spread the ball around. Everyone worked together to get this win against this against this young and rebuilding team. That's going to be really good in a few years once, you know, Cade comes back. And if the Pistons do get the number one pick in the upcoming NBA draft, they could get Victor Wembanyama. So if they do that and they get the number 1 pick, this team has a bright future ahead of them. I'm not going to lie to you. Victor Wembanyama has an 8-foot wingspan. Like, this dude is insane. Imagine Wembanyama and Cade Cunningham on the same team. If Cade Cunningham stays healthy, that'd be crazy. But yeah, guys, the Sixers have just done a phenomenal job tonight. And, you know, this is going to be a great team win. Great team win tonight by the Sixers. This is a great team win by the Sixers tonight. Did you see Gronk's tweet? I did not see Gronk's tweet, man. What did Gronk even say? Is he trying to come back to the NFL? Don't tell me he's trying to come back to the NFL. Do not even start this nonsense. 22 turnovers for the Pistons tonight. That's a season high for them. First one at the line for Marvin Bagley is good. I did see the I am on board part. I did see that, actually. But I didn't see the bio to Bucks tight end. Watch him go ahead and re-sign with the Bucks. Just to go ahead and play with Tom Brady one more year. As both free throws go in for Marvin Bagley. 18-point game, and this is going to be another win, the win column for the Sixers. Milton gets over to Korkmaz, over to Niang. Niang gets over to Daniel House Jr. House Jr. puts up a 3 off the top of the backboard, and that's completely way off target. As Jaden Ivey's able to put in the 2-pointer and make a 16-point deficit. House gets over to Niang, over to Milton, over to Korkmaz, over to Paul Reed. Reed with the reverse layup is good. B-Ball Paul able to get that one to go. Two minutes left in this one. Ivey with the ball. We'll kick it out to Isaiah Stewart for 3. That's no good. Rebounded by the Sixers. House gets it over to Niang, over to Milton. Milton gets it over to Daniel House Jr. House pump fakes, comes inside. House Jr. with the layup is good. Daniel House Jr. Then we'll go out of bounds here for the Pistons. It will remain Pistons basketball with a minute 20 left in the game. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Ronnie McGruder taking a three-point shot. No good. Paul Reed gets the rebound. We'll get the serve to Shake Milton. Milton looking. Milton gets over to Niang. Lobs up for Paul Reed. Reed loses it, and it will be Pistons basketball. 1 minute left in the game. Corey Joseph shooting a three-point shot, and it's good for Corey Joseph. But overall, this is going to be a 17-point win for the moment. Shake Milton, lucky to get away with offensive foul right there. He literally got lucky with that. Court Mons gets it over to Daniel House Jr. in the corner for three, and it's good for Daniel House Jr. And the Sixers are like, we're not done scoring yet. Hold up. Hold the phone. We're not done scoring. Ivy will kick it out in the corner for three. He kicked out to Rodney McGruder. But a foul will be called against the Sixers. And the inbound here to Marvin Bagley. Bagley gets it over to Jaden Ivey. Gets it over to Corey Joseph. Joseph gets it back over to Ivy for three. And it's no good. Niang will pick up this rebound. And that will do it. The song has been played. And the Philadelphia 76ers are going to defeat the Detroit Pistons by 20 points by a final score of 113-93. And you can say, ladies and gentlemen, the Philadelphia 76ers are on a 6-game winning streak going into Friday's matchup with the Los Angeles Clippers. Players of the game go to Joel Embiid, James Harden, and Tobias Harris. And we'll go over their statistics in just a few moments. But the Sixers able to get it done. Joey's like, oh, heck no. No, Gronk, don't retire. And if you're bored, do the Masked Singer again. Just please don't come back. Those are Braves now. We'll see by this season, man. We'll see what happens. Play that song. You already know, man. But yeah, guys, the Sixers are going to beat the Pistons 113-93. I don't see him playing, man, after he missed the first two practices. I don't see him playing. But 113-93 is the final score in this one. The Sixers will go to a 6-game winning streak over as they defeat the Detroit Pistons. Going into Friday's matchup against the LA Clippers. Pistons did have a sloppy fourth quarter, though. I mean, they just had 15 points in the fourth, but either way, they were not going to win that game. But yeah, guys, on that note, we will go ahead and read off the stat sheets here, and then we will get out of here. So starting off on the Detroit Pistons side, Jaden Ivey, the rookie, leading the way for the Detroit Pistons with 18 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. Killian Hayes with 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. Saddiq Bey with 11 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Bojan Bogdanovic with 10 points and 8 rebounds. Marvin Bagley with 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. Jalen Duren with 7 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. Hamidou Diallo with 7 points and 4 rebounds. Alec Burks with 7 points, no rebounds, and an assist. Corey Joseph with 3 points, a rebound, and an assist each. Kevin Knox with 2 points and a rebound, and that's how. Oh, and I forgot Isaiah Stewart with 6 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist to end off the score sheet here for the Detroit Pistons. And we'll get to these real quick before I read off the stat sheet for the Sixers side. My NL East picks: Nationals 1, Phillies 2, Marlins 3, Braves 4, Mets 5. Very realistic, I'm genius. I'm sure you're being sarcastic about that, my guy, because I don't think that's happening with the signing of Carlos Correa to the Mets. But now over to the Philadelphia 76ers side now. Joel Embiid leads the way. As a matter of fact, he did have a double-double in this game. Joel Embiid was able to put up 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. Tobias Harris with 17 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. James Harden with 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 8 assists. DeAnthony Melton with 12 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. Georges Niang with 11 points and 3 rebounds. Montrezl Harrell with 10 points and a rebound. Shake Milton with 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Daniel House Jr. with 9 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Matisse Thybulle with 6 points, no rebounds, and an assist. Paul Reed with 2 points and 2 rebounds. Now, I just want to mention this real quick. Even though he did not score in this game, PJ Tucker with 10 rebounds tonight. That's probably the most rebounds that he's had in the game this season for the Sixers. A great performance by PJ Tucker in terms of the rebounding. That's the most he's ever rebounded in a season, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. Well, in particular, I'm talking about this season for the Sixers. But over the team stats now, the Detroit Pistons ended up shooting the ball 39.2% from the field to the Philadelphia 76ers 44.1%. The Detroit Pistons shot the ball 26.1% from three-point range to the Philadelphia 76ers 28.9%. The Detroit Pistons shot the ball 73.5% from the free throw line to the Philadelphia 76ers 90.9%. The Philadelphia 76ers out-rebounded the Detroit Pistons 49-46 and same offensively 13-11. The Philadelphia 76ers out-assisted the Detroit Pistons 27-15. The Philadelphia 76ers had more blocks than the Pistons 7-1. The 76ers had more steals than the Pistons 8-6. The 76ers absolutely won the turnover battle over the Detroit Pistons 22-12. The Sixers had more points in the paint than the Pistons 58-38 and a total of 38 personal fouls called, 23 on the Sixers and 15 on the Detroit Pistons. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how the final stats will come to an end, as we do have another comment here from Joey E. This is overall a great team win. I'm actually hopeful for the future. Imagine how good we'll be when Maxey comes back. That's a fact, man. It's a fact. Also said I wish PJ could have gotten points, but I'll take what I can get out of a 37-year-old. Yeah, that's definitely had to be the most points he's ever had in a game this – not the most points. That's definitely had to have been the most rebounds that man has had in the game this season as a member of the Philadelphia 76ers. But if he would have had double-digit points, that could have been a double-double for him as well. But yeah, guys, on that note, I don't have too much else to say apart from the fact that, let me take this off real quick. Guys, also, if you guys have not done so, I haven't mentioned this the entire stream, but go ahead and follow me on Twitter with the handle right here, BLSG314828804, and the Instagram handle being right here, all lowercase, BL_SG_598. Go ahead and follow me on both those social media platforms. If you guys want to see, hopefully, some more exclusive pieces of news and all that good stuff. Any news you hear on the Eagles, the Sixers, the Phillies, smack talk to Cowboys fans for the Christmas Eve game this weekend, all that good stuff. You will find those mainly on Twitter, but Instagram I post every now and then. I don't post that often, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. But go ahead and follow me on these two on these two platforms right here. If you guys want to see some more posts on news or anything, talking smack to Cowboys fans with the Christmas Eve game coming up. But yeah, guys, on that note, it is what it is. Take care, Joey. Appreciate you for coming through, man. But yeah, guys, on that note, man, that's pretty much going to do it for me. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, Sixers get a big win over the Detroit Pistons, 113-93, and will go on a 6-game winning streak and will also advance to a record of 18-12 on the season. So great win by the Sixers tonight by any means. Great 20-point win. Great team win. We'll enjoy this tonight. We're going to enjoy this, and we're resetting for Friday in our matchup with the LA Clippers, which, another reminder, ladies and gentlemen, if this does end up happening, I might have a special guest with me for Friday against the LA Clippers. I'm going to see if I can get him on, if he's available, if he responds to me, does something anywhere on social media or on his channel, then he'll be on for the next one against the LA Clippers when Kawhi and Paul George both make their return to the Wells Fargo Center. So hopefully I can get him on. But if not, I will still be doing the game either way. So be sure to come through and tune in on Friday when this happens, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, officially on that note, that's going to do it for me. Be sure to like and subscribe if you guys have not done so, man. I'll talk to you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. The Sixers win. Let's go. Peace, everybody. Have a good night, y'all. God bless and peace.